So details of fold cerebellum is clear. Now we are going to discuss about the tendorium cerebellum. Tendorium cerebellum, why it is known as tendorium cerebellum? It's a tent-shaped fold. Tendorium cerebellum is a tent-shaped fold seen between the cerebrum and the cerebellum. See how it is and where it is seen. See, this is what a paper model of the tendorium cerebellum. How it is arranged? See, this is why it's known as tendorium cerebellum. It looks like a tent. It looks like a tent. So it is known as tendorium cerebellum. Now where it is seen, it separates the cerebrum from the cerebellum. See, this is what the cerebrum. The cerebrum, see, below the cerebrum, here comes the cerebellum. This is what the location of the cerebellum. So here, almost like this. It is seen below the cerebrum and above the cerebellum. Imagine my right hand as the cerebellum. So it separates the cerebrum from the cerebellum. This tent-shaped fold, it is known as the tendorium cerebellum. What are the features of this tendorium cerebellum? It is having two surfaces. Of course, it is having, see, no doubt, it is having one superior surface and one inferior surface. Inferior surface and one superior surface. Then two types of borders. See, one free border or free margin, which is U-shaped, and the remaining part one attached margin. Okay, one free margin and one attached margin. Free margin means you see free, and attached margin means which is connected to some other structures. Okay, we'll see the details. So what is meant by tendorium cerebellum? It's a tent-shaped fold of dura matter seen between the cerebrum and the cerebellum, and it is having two surfaces: superior surface which is convex and the inferior surface which is concave. Then it is having two margins, one free margin and one attached margin. Then first we have to discuss about the free margin. Free margin which is U-shaped, I showed you. And anterior end of this free margin is connected to anterior clinoid process. See, this is the diagram of the tendorium cerebellum. See, this is a free margin. Why it is having this U-shaped free margin? See, it transmits, or this is for the passage of the brainstem. Okay. So this is the free margin. It's anterior end. See here, it is connected to anterior clinoid process. What is that anterior clinoid process? See, this is the anterior cranial cavity. See here, we can see two projections. These are the two anterior clinoid processes. See here, this is the anterior cranial cavity. See here, this is a posterior margin of the anterior cranial cavity, and here we can see a projection. See this projection. This projection is known as anterior clinoid process. This is the opposite side, anterior clinoid process. Okay. So it is connected to anterior end is connected to, see, this anterior margin. It is connected to that anterior clinoid process. Now we have to discuss the posterior margin. See, anterolateral part of the, or sorry, attached margin, not posterior margin, and outer or attached margin. Yes, attached margin is posterolateral part. It is connected to the lips of the transverse sulcus. So what is meant by posterolateral part and what is meant by anterolateral part? See, I told you this is a free margin. Now we are going to see the attached margin. This part of the attached margin, it is known as anterolateral part, and this part it is known as posterolateral part. This is a posterolateral part of one half. Okay, this is a posterolateral part of this half. This is the anterolateral part of this half. Opposite side, that this is the anterolateral part. This is a posterolateral part. So I told you, posterolateral part. This posterolateral part is connected to lips of the transverse sulcus. So what is that lips of the transverse sulcus? See, again, posterior cranial cavity. Here we can see a groove. See, this groove which lies in the transverse plane, it is known as transverse sulcus. Transverse sulcus, it is having two margins. Correct now? So two ridges are there. Those are the two lips of the transverse sulcus. So here also we can see two lips. See the tip of the cursor. Now the tip of the cursor is on the ridge. Okay, so this is the groove. On either side it is bounded by those two ridges. So those two ridges are known as what? Lips of the transverse sulcus. So posterolaterally it is connected to the lips of the transverse sulcus. Anterolaterally it is connected to this conical shaped bone. or this pyramid shaped bone, it is known as petrous part of the temporal bone. Is it? It's a part of the temporal bone. Which part? Petrous part. See here, this one. This is a superior border of the petrous part. This ridge. You see the tip of the cursor. Now the tip of the cursor is on the superior border. Okay, so here opposite side, this is the superior border. So anterolateral part is connected to that superior border of the petrous part. Posterolateral part is connected to lips of the transverse sulcus. So anterolateral part, posterolateral part. Posterolateral part is connected to lips of the transverse sulcus. Clear. Anterolateral part is connected to superior border of the petrous temporal bone. Then some sinuses are also related to that. So here along the posterolateral margin, there we are having transverse sulcus. See this sulcus, this is the transverse sulcus. See along the anterolateral margin, there we are having another, sorry, not sulcus, sinus. This is a transverse sinus. And this one, along the anterolateral margin, we are having the superior petrosal sinus. So superior petrosal sinus and transverse sinus. Along the here superior surface, there we are having another sinus. That one is a straight sinus. So these are the some of the important sinus related to this tendorium cerebelli. So features of the tendorium cerebelli. It is having two types of margins. One free margin, which is U-shaped, anterior and is connected to anterior clinoid process. Then one attached margin, its anterolateral part is connected to petrous temporal bone. Posterolateral part is connected to lips of the transverse sulcus. Then two surfaces, superior surface and inferior surface. Then sinuses. See, transverse sulcus is having transverse sinus. Or here, posterolateral margin is having transverse sinus. Anterolateral margin is having this superior petrosal sinus. Then superior surface is having straight sinus. So these are some of the features of this tendorium cerebelli. Then next point, fold cerebelli. Fold cerebelli, it's a sickle-shaped fold seen between two cerebellar hemispheres. Or cerebellum, it is having two cerebellar hemispheres. Those two hemispheres are separated by another fold. That one is a fold cerebelli. Then diaphragma cellae, it's a small circular fold of dura mater which forms the roof of the pituitary fossa. Okay, pituitary fossa is roofed by this diaphragm cell. So these are the dural foldings. Remaining details you have to read it from your textbook.